So today I'm really excited to have Rebecca with me from Flourishing Childhood. And Rebecca is coming to Tribal Hearts this year to hold some workshops on play. So hi, Rebecca.
Hello, thanks for having me.
It's so nice to have you here, and I'm so excited that you're returning again to Tribal Hearts, because you have been before, and I know that your workshops went down a storm. So thank you so much for coming back for us.
Well, it's such a pleasure. I'm glad you're back on track again.
Yeah. All right, so can you just start by giving us a brief description of kind of what you do for those who haven't heard of you or haven't been to one of your talks?
So I'm Rebecca Sheikh, and I am an aware parenting teacher. I'm a level 2 teacher, and I am really passionate about teaching parents to use discipline without rewards or punishment. So trying to find alternatives using play, and also really sort of looking deeply into the healing benefits of crying, raging and laughter in children, and how these are just kind of natural mechanisms for them to heal. And so Flourishing Childhood has just recently become a not-for-profit, and our aim is just to really work with organisations and childcare providers as well as parents to support them to really develop strong attachments with their children in this way.
Okay, brilliant. Thank you so much. Okay, do you know what? I'm actually just going to let my dog in because he's at the door barking and crying. So at least this shows, you know, this is what it's like being working.
I love the way mums work.
Right, come on, Oscar, in you come. Right, there we go. I might just leave the door open and then he can go in and out if he wants to. Okay, so
he can open the door with his nose.
Oh, if only he could, it would make life a bit easier, wouldn't it, Poppy?
Yeah.
Okay, so at Tribal Hearts, you're going to be holding 2 workshops on play. So if you can start by just telling us kind of why play is so important to children.
Yeah, I think play is just how children make sense of their world, really. But much more deeper than that, when you think about it in a therapeutic level, children bring all their problems, all their stresses, all their worries, and work them out through their play. And so Dr. Salter has written a most amazing book called Attachment Play, and it looks at 9 types of play that children can use, or parents can use, educators can use to support children to sort of heal from tiny stresses, from as small as, you know, maybe leaving your parents at preschool, or maybe learning to use the toilet, and larger stresses like medical traumas or other traumas that occur in children's lives. So play is the way that actually they can heal from past things that have happened, but also make sense of what life is really about. I just thinking recently, my 2 have been playing childminders because they recently started a new childminder, and I just love it because I really see them working out how it works, and sometimes I'm the childminder, sometimes they're the childminder, and you know, the childminder serves different foods. So she serves Thai green curry. So the other day we were playing and we had little bowls of pretend Thai green curry. So it's just making sense of their life, really. I always say to Nina, she says, oh, I don't know what to do. And I said, I want to do work like you. And I said, but play is children's work. And now that's her mantra. Play is my work.
Yeah, no, that's true. And I really love, you know, I watch Poppy playing as well. And like you say, I can just see all these areas of her life coming into her play, and especially the struggles that they face. And just see how, like you say, how therapeutic it is. And watching that kind of is motivation for me as well, to set up more opportunities for play, and kind of get involved with it as well, because I think there's a lot of things as parents, you know, I mean, that we struggle with, and maybe overthink and overanalyze. And you know, I've sat down with Poppy, she's 5 years old, and sometimes I'm sitting down with her trying to have an adult conversation about these issues, and I'm like, what am I doing? Because, you know, playing is how she will work through it. So kind of getting to their level and realizing that they're not adults yet, and they don't deal with things in the same way that we do, but that actually there might be kind of an easier way for us to support them. And yeah,
absolutely. And I think in Dr. Salter's book Tears and Tantrums, it actually talks about children don't have that part of their brain developed until much later that can actually express how they feel about something, or, you know, of course they can do on certain degrees, but when they're tired or stressed or haven't gone through something, they actually can't you know, sort of speak it out to us. So that's the way they work it out.
Yeah.
The sort of the key principles of Dr. Salter's work is that through laughter, which is the play, so hopefully the play brings out loads of laughter, and then that releases the stresses, as well as obviously the crying and raging.
Yeah.
I mean, more difficult part.
I follow your Instagram, and I've used so many of your little you know, when you put like game of the week and things, I think it is, or we've used those, and they're just such simple things, but they work so well. So anybody out there who doesn't already follow Rebecca on Instagram or Facebook, then definitely look her up. So it's Flourishing Childhood, and you post great things and great videos as well. So yeah, I appreciate that for sure.
Yeah, thank you.
But she's Becca.
So at Tribal Hearts, you're going to offer 2 play workshops. One is more just for adults, and then the other for the whole family. So can you describe the kind of differences between the 2?
Well, actually, the first one is a play workshop with children and parents, and this is looking at Dr. Salter's 9 forms of attachment play. So we'll be playing games, but with therapeutic hat on. So parents will be able to spend some one-on-one time with their children, and that is sort of the holy grail of Dr. Salter's attachment play work. It's sort of time that you spend one-on-one with your child, where they get to choose exactly what they want to play. I'm sure you've seen me post about it many times, and the amazing thing about this is that they bring what they need to the table, and it's really about not making sure you've put your mobile phone away, making sure you've had your cup of tea, gone to the toilet, and you are really sort of focusing on them as, you know, if they say something's red and it's blue, you don't need to teach. It's not about correcting. It's literally about being there. So we'll have a bit of time to spend like that, but then I'll also have what do I call them again? Oh, activity centres. So there'll be different activity centres that parents can go, but each centre will have a therapeutic goal in mind.
Okay, perfect. That sounds really good, actually.
Yeah, and then the second one is not actually a play workshop. It is looking at the 3 reasons why children actually misbehave.
Oh, yeah, of course, yeah.
And sorry, I meant to say earlier on about that. And the thing about this is Dr. Salter believes there are just 3 reasons, hooray, that's easy, why children misbehave. So the first one is they have an unmet need. The second one is they lack information. And the third one is they actually probably need either some laughter or crying and raging to sort of work through it. And I've got a lovely sort of 3-step technique that we could bring a problem that parents may have and then work through it in this way.
Okay, great. Thank you. Yeah, I saw your video the other day on Instagram. I think I commented about what you were just saying about the rage and kind of, you know, letting those emotions out. And again, it's just, I love your work. And it really put my mind at ease, because we've had a few things like that recently. And it's just that actually hearing it from somebody else and realizing that it's normal, and, you know, you don't need to be, you're not necessarily doing anything wrong, but just having those tools and tips for how to deal with it is, you know, just invaluable. So yeah, thank you. So I mean, we've kind of touched on it, I suppose, but I was going to ask, you know, do you think that play then can make parenting easier, and who do you think will benefit from your workshops at Tribal Hearts this year?
I think anybody who really wants to, kind of has noticed that the sort of normal way of doing things is not working. And I know obviously coming to your festival, people are more into gentle parenting. So if you want to strengthen attachment and find alternatives to the usual punishments and reward systems, then this would be the sort of thing for you. And also, I think it's just really about that strengthening of connection. The more we do that, you know, it really is, the more connected your children are, the more cooperative they will be. And play is the answer for that, as well as the crying and raging. Yeah.
Oh, perfect. Thank you so much. It all sounds amazing. And I'm hoping that I can pop my head in and listen to a little bit of your workshops, because I know that they'd just be so helpful. So, and one last question that I've been asking people is just, what are you most looking forward to at Tribal Hearts this year?
I'm looking forward to just being among people who feel the same, think the same. And I think there's been such a focus recently on community, and building the community. And it's so lovely to be around people who feel the same as you. And I think I spent so long in the first years trying to find people who, you know, didn't want to leave their children to cry, or just did things like I wanted to do them. And so it's nice to have a whole massive festival focused on that. So
yeah, Yeah, I know. I spent a day at a retreat last weekend at Kathy Williams' retreat, and just being around those like-minded mums, and just remembering that we're kind of all in this together as well. We all have the same struggles, and it just felt so supportive. So that's what I love about Tribal Hearts, and I can't wait as well to be around that kind of community again.
Yeah.
So, okay, thank you so much, Rebecca. It's been lovely to talk to you. I do apologise, it's been a bit crazy. I've got slightly full coffee. I've had my dog wanting to be stroked continuously throughout the conversation. So it's been a little bit distracted, but it's been amazing talking to you, and I really love what you do. I can't wait to have you back, and I'm sure all of our visitors are going to love you too. Your back hurts.
No.
So maybe we need to go.
We need the doctor set out.
We want to go in the sunshine. All right then.
Vitamin D.
Exactly.
All right. Well, thank you for spending the time and finding out more about it.
All right. We'll see you in August. We'll say bye.
Bye bye.
Bye.
Enjoy the sunshine.